talking about something, look, it's a feeling so many of us know way too well, just being constantly bone-deep tired. We're gonna get into the hidden habits that are secretly draining your energy every single day.
So does that question hit a little too close to home? You know that feeling, right? Like you're just running on fumes even after what you thought was a full night's sleep? Well, if that's you, you are definitely not alone. And the thing is, there are some very real reasons why this happens.
This really gets to the heart of the problem. We live in this culture where we almost brag about being busy, right? We wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. But what if that's completely backwards? What if it's not a flex, but a huge warning sign? A signal that our internal energy systems are just failing. And here's the thing. This isn't about one giant failure on your part. It's not one big thing you're doing wrong. That feeling of being tired all the time, it's actually the result of 1,000 tiny, almost unconscious choices we make every day. So today, we're gonna break down those choices across 4 key areas of life to really see where our energy is leaking out.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the absolute foundation of our energy: sleep and rest. I mean, this is where we're supposed to rebuild and recover, right? But for so many of us, this is actually where the problem starts. Okay, just look at this contrast. It's kind of wild, right? On one side, you've got what your body is literally programmed to need for good sleep: a consistent schedule, darkness, cool temperatures, a real wind-down period. And then there's the other side, our 11 TM reality. Does that look a little familiar? Yeah, it's basically a perfect recipe for a terrible night's sleep.
And the sabotage doesn't stop there. I mean, think about it. That coffee you grab after 2 p.m., that glass of wine you have to relax before bed, it actually just demolishes your deep sleep. Or what about a big heavy meal late at night? Or my personal enemy, hitting that snooze button over and over. They all seem so small and harmless, but each one is actively wrecking the quality of your sleep. You end up waking up feeling like you barely slept at all.
Okay, so if sleep is the foundation, what about the engine itself? That's our next part: fuel and movement. This is all about what you're putting into your body and how you're using it. This stuff directly dictates your energy levels for the entire day. And this right here is such a classic energy trap. We've all been there. You have a bagel, maybe some sugary cereal, and yeah, you get that quick spike of energy. It feels good for a minute, but look what happens next. That crash is so steep and it is absolutely inevitable. By 11 a.m., you're just drained. Now compare that to a protein-rich breakfast. See that? Stable, sustained energy. It's a total game changer. And look, it's not just about breakfast. This is a pattern that can play out all day long. We're constantly draining our own batteries, not drinking enough water, grabbing those sugary snacks in the afternoon, eating a bunch of processed junk, or just skipping meals altogether. It's a brutal roller coaster for your body, and your energy levels pay the price. Now, here's a weird paradox that really trips people up. It sounds crazy, but it's true. You feel tired, so what's the last thing you want to do? Move. But when you don't move, your body basically goes into power save mode, which makes you feel even more tired. Movement actually creates energy. It's like the spark plug for your whole system.
And the problem here is usually one of 2 extremes. On the one hand, you have the completely sedentary life, sitting at a desk for 10 hours straight with no breaks. On the other hand, you have the person who goes all out, super high intensity, 7 days a week with absolutely no time for recovery. Both of these paths, they lead to the exact same place: total burnout.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about the mind. Because if your body is the engine, your focus, that's the battery. And this is so important. Your cognitive energy is not an infinite resource. It runs out. And honestly, the modern work environment seems almost perfectly designed to drain that battery as fast as possible.
I mean, just look at this number. Every 15 minutes. That's the average time between interruptions in a distracting environment. 15 minutes. Just let that sink in for a second. How is anyone supposed to get into a state of deep, focused work with that going on?
And here's the real kicker. After every single one of those interruptions, it can take you more than 20 minutes just to get your brain back to where it was. The amount of mental energy we are wasting just trying to get back on track, it's absolutely staggering when you think about it.
And this mental battery drain happens in so many ways we don't even notice. We're constantly trying to multitask, which we know doesn't really work. Our workspace is a cluttered, chaotic mess. We never give our brains any actual silence to just rest and recharge. It all just adds up to this feeling of being mentally fried all the time.
Okay, last section. And this one is about the silent killers, the invisible leaks in our energy tank that are often the hardest ones to spot. We're talking about our boundaries and our mindset. So a huge concept here is something called decision fatigue. And the idea is really simple. Your ability to make good choices is like a muscle. It's a finite resource. And every single decision you make, no matter how tiny, wears that muscle out a little bit. And this is what it looks like in real life. Before it's even 10 a.m., you've already had to decide, what am I gonna eat? What should I wear? Which of these 50 emails should I answer first? By the time you get to your actual important work, you've already made a ton of these little decisions, and each one has chipped away at your willpower. We're letting our energy leak out on tiny things before the day has even really started.
And this quote, wow, it is so on point. Every yes costs energy. Think about that. If you're a people pleaser, and you know who you are, every time you say yes to something you don't actually have the time or energy for, it's like a direct withdrawal from your energy bank account. if you don't have a filter, if you don't have boundaries, you're gonna end up with nothing left in the tank.
And then, of course, there's the emotional cost. All that unprocessed stuff, replaying old arguments in your head, worrying about a future that hasn't even happened yet, holding on to old grudges. It's literally like running a dozen resource-heavy apps in the background of your brain 24/7. That background noise is one of the biggest, snickiest energy drains there is.
So what does all this leave us? What's the big takeaway? It really starts with a huge mindset shift. We have to stop thinking that rest is laziness. It's not a sign of weakness. Rest isn't the opposite of work, it's the partner to work. It's the essential process that actually rebuilds you, so you can do everything else.
Now, I know this can feel like a lot. You might be feeling a little overwhelmed, thinking, oh my gosh, I do all of these things. But don't be. The path forward is actually really, really simple. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just look back at everything we've talked about and choose one habit. That's it, just one. And make a plan to change it, starting tonight.
Because at the end of the day, your need for rest isn't the enemy here. The real enemy is the collection of little habits that are getting in the way of that rest. So I'll leave you with this question. What's the one thing? The one single thing that you are going to change?